what was due to him. Of course, the projectiles has evidently seen something that is rather unfortunate. We'll be giving you updates of that developing story as and when they get to hit the desk, including the actual day of the burial. Now we get to a different story where Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki recently concluded a visit to Windhoek, Namibia, where he engaged with the Kenyan diaspora community. In his address, he lauded their significant contributions through remittances and addressed concerns regarding the government's recent policy decisions, as George Maringa details.
Need to strengthen ties with Kenyans abroad, Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki met with the Kenyan community in Windhoek, Namibia. The gathering served as a platform to acknowledge the diaspora's pivotal role in Kenya's economy.
We thank you for what you're doing for our country, the diaspora community. You play a huge role in developing our nation. Diaspora remittances now have overtaken the traditional tea, tourism, and so forth, and horticulture, which for the last 30, 40 years have been the leading earners of foreign exchange for Kenya. So remittances now are scaling up towards 500. It's past 400 billion.
The Deputy President emphasized the government's commitment to creating more investment opportunities for Kenyans abroad, aiming to harness their potential further for national development.
Those are the ideas we have. We may not have perfect ideas, but we have an idea of what we need to do to take the country forward. And we are asking those who are of a contrary view to give alternative policy positions. We must stop this trivialization of a national discourse into tribes and I don't know which other thing and small issues.
During the interactive session, diaspora members voiced concerns over recent government policies perceived as unpopular. The Deputy President further reassured the diaspora community of the administration's dedication to economic recovery, citing stabilized exchange rates and declining inflation as indicators of positive change.
You know, for an ordinary Kenyan, at individual level, it doesn't mean much. But the basis for us to take Kenya to the next level and make other interventions successfully is in when our currency is stable in the long term. And the good news is that the shilling is going to drop. I mean that the value of the shilling is going to increase. And the dollar, the exchange rate against the dollar is going to drop in the coming months.
The meeting concluded on a hopeful note, with the diaspora expressing optimism about increased collaboration with the government to foster national growth.
Kenya is your homeland, isn't it? Yes. So we owe you a duty of explaining to you what we are doing as the current stewards of the country's affairs. We are determined under President William Ruto to transform Kenya and make it better.
As Kenya continues to navigate its developmental journey, the government's outreach to its diaspora underscores a recognition of the invaluable role Kenyans abroad play in shaping the nation's future. George Maringa, TV 47, Nairobi.